Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin along with Charles Davis. And, Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they enter play. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Eagles, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. This one fielded at the 5. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. Orchestrating the offense, the former 3-time captain at Michigan State, quarterback Kirk Cousins.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
A first down throw for Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Norton. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
Now a quick pass to Richardson. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. For the Eagles, a look now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball. Right now in the National Football League, they're ranked number 18 against the pass.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Play fake. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
The Falcons send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this will be taken at the 13. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. So here come the Eagles for their initial possession of the game. They're led onto the field by the former Cal Bear and the number 1 overall pick in 2016, Jared Goff.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the 1 interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
From the 24, Goff over the middle, and it's incomplete. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. They find themselves just a couple of spots outside of the top 10 defending the pass, number 12 in the league.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Goff. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Trey Flowers has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Falcons offense making their way onto the field. Let's take a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and nerves at the start of the game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. The Falcons send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys a little bit jumpy.
But you do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Back home, it's the first carry for the former Georgia Bulldog, Gurley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary now on 3rd. From the gun, here's Goff. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
Here's Sam Cook now as he'll kick it away for the second time. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. And that's complete to Jesse James. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the 1st down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Cousins now. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. The last play on the completion got him half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. Cousins. It's complete to Graham. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. Just shy of the 20.
Let's go.
Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. They go play action. Cousins. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They give the Chubb out of the gun. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
They run again on 1st down, Chubb. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Vontaze Burfict has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the 1st quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th. Man, a tough spot to drop that down here, 3rd and goal.
And so many times when you analyze a play like this, you talk about the people around him and maybe his focus was gone. Sometimes just simply him understanding how close he is to the end zone and a chance to score, and he tightens up and doesn't complete the play.
The kick by Joseph is good. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
We got this.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And this is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Goff. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Throwing again is gone. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. On 1st down, it's Gurley. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Nothing after 1 on EA Sports. Now it's Goff off the bootleg. He'll get this one to Galladay. Yet he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 16 and an Eagle 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
The Eagles into the red zone for the first time. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Back to throw, Goff. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Goff. He's got it to Williams. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Going through, and that will tie us at 3-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
They run. Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Chubb on the counter. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. To throw is Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long for Cousins. Throwing right, and that's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Kenny Golladay making his way back onto the field with the rest of this offense. He's within shouting distance of a 1,000-yard season, but you read the local paper this morning. There was no talk of that mark. They interviewed him, and he wasn't talking about 1,000 yards. The old cliche focused on this game. If he has a big one, might be able to get the win and the 1,000 yards.
Seems like he just wants to let it come to him, right, as opposed to trying to force it. And that's probably the right idea and the right attitude.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45 and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Cousins now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
A run for Nick Chubb. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. On 1st and 10, Cousins. James has got it. Complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Cousins. It's complete to Watt. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Throwing is Cousins. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
The kick by Joseph is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. 2 yards on the carry down. The Eagles on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
I got you. Kill.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's James. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now Cousins. And that's incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on 2nd down leads us to 3rd and inches. To throw, Cousins. Completes it to Samuel. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
They'll try the draw now with Chubb, and he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. Got his target, Samuel. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Cousins. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Jesse James, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And the Falcons score to cap it off. Joseph now to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on 2nd and 6, Goff. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Goff on first down. He gets it to Humphries. The Eagles will take their third and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. From the 50, it's Goff. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
Here's Sam Cook now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he gets it away. A directional kick going toward the sideline.
Let's go, baby.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Brandon, thank you as always. Welcome into our final regular season edition of our halftime report. Playoff lives hanging in the balance as we take you around the NFL one final time. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In the game you're watching, it's been Kirk Cousins with a hot hand in the first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go play action here on first down. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this one is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A quick throw there out to Williams. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Goff. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So we get set to start this 3rd quarter. Here's the Falcons offense now. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Atlanta. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Play action now. Cousins. That's going to be caught by Richardson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, Coach has always talked about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
A gain of a yard on the play.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, They really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. The kick by Joseph is good, and the lead stretches 16-3 now. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Gurley on first down with no blocking help there, as he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Unfortunately for you, you've been around me for a little while now, so you know me as well as anyone and how I look at a game. I don't ever advocate abandoning anything, but in this case, I'm going against my own thought process. You got to change it up. You got to start throwing it around a little bit, finding ways to try and move the ball, because keeping on the ground just isn't working for them.
Yeah, maybe get him the ball out of the passing game, a swing pass outside or something, just something to vary it up. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. From the 44, Goff. Open man is Galladay, complete. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the draw, Goff gives to Gurley. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 31, Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Goff now looking to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the lead is down to 10 now at 16-6. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
And again, it's Chubb. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down. On third down, Cousins. And this is going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it. It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. They held him in check in the first half, but that's his longest carry of the game right there.
So would this be the definition of fresh legs since he didn't get much done in the first half? Now he has a great opportunity. He's taking full advantage of it.
So on the heels of the run by Todd Gurley, another 1st and 10. And they give this time to the tailback. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Philadelphia. Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
Gurley with a carry on first down. He'll only get a couple. 2nd and 8 forthcoming. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Delayed give, Goff to Gurley.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
What makes a draw play like that successful?
Well, we did see where he made the first wave miss, and that was a big part of it. But a lot of it is just being actors back there, making the defense think it's going to be a pass.
The first down carry here for Johnson. Preston Smith there on the stop. From the 36, Goff, and that'll be incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Seferian-Jenkins. And now it's 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Gurley. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Gurley again here on first down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter.
They're not ready for this. They still playing suck.
on second and very short. Goff. And to the tight end here, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to one.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more. Goff. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Nothing doing there is the 13th.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Badgley's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Here we go.
From the gun, here's Cousins. He's going to wind up and air it out. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Cousins. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A toss play to Chubb. And he'll get this down only to the 18. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
To throw is Cousins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jesse James with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Falcons push further out in front.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead is up to 14. A drive that time of 6 plays. And the end result, an Atlanta touchdown. Joseph now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And out now come the Eagles. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe bashed it.
Super toe.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Here's Gone. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
No surprise they decided to throw on 3rd down. A little bit of surprise that they completed the pass and lost yardage on the play.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go on 4th. Gone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Coverage there by Brian Body Calhoun. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover.
Check, walk 54, walk 54.
First down, here's Cousins. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Chubb. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. A very valuable 9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal.
I know the game's not over.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Nick Chubb hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons push further out in front. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. A drive there of just 4 plays. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Joseph now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. And right now, a lot to like on that screen. They've wrapped up the division, now currently sitting in the coveted number 2 spot. Of course, you'd love number 1, but if you can't have one, number 2 is pretty good.
I agree with you totally, and here's the other part, too. The really good teams, the really confident teams, they're not as worried about being number 1. 2 is fine because they feel like they can go on the road and win against number 1 if they absolutely have to. The big thing, though, is clinching one of those early buys and able to sit and get a little rest as the playoffs begin.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Eagles on third down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Gone. And this is going to be incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Falcons will take control of the football in great field position. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th. And we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! What's that?
Now Chubb. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Shreds the tackle. The dump-off gets them 9, so now they're in much better shape for 3rd down.
Check 56. Tighten up, tighten up.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Open man is Samuel, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Throwing, Cousins. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Paul Richardson there, but it'll be 2nd and goal. The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. He'll get it up the middle. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They've got it 3rd and goal here as they try to finish off their victory. They'll give it to Chubb. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
This one taken from the 7. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Check.
Here's Goff now on 2nd down. He'll get this one to Galladay. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Now Goff, and he finds Safarian-Jenkins. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now a play fake here on 1st down. To the right and complete to Galladay. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a 1st down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To the air again. Goff. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done, really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You're handing
out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but I
like where we're going with this. Though you say one to represent like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Falcons, the win won't get them to 500, but they will finish on a high note at 7-9. And by just about all accounts, not the type of year they were hoping to have. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, this was basically just an exhibition game for them as they'd already clinched home field advantage. But more importantly, they'll get a week to rest as they've earned a first-round bye in this year's playoffs.